Hey everybody, Gordon here with an unscripted video today. I want to take some time to actually discuss, honestly, kind of what's been going through my head recently, as well as the weird future of the channel that I kind of have planned. Fair warning before I proceed, this is basically one long yap session instead of a weapon analysis video. Mainly because my PC did an ultimate move and I had to replace the power supply, so I had no time to film a weapon analysis video. That and I really want to get this out sooner rather than later. The short answer for people is, well, I'm kind of bored and Helldivers 2 isn't really fun to record and honestly kind of play anymore. I know it comes off as a pretty big shock considering a lot of my channel is mostly built around Helldivers 2 content, but for the longest time I've actually kind of wanted to try branching out and just doing different stuff than what I've been uploading on the channel. I said I wanted to try this when I did the year in review about a couple months ago, in fact, and it's just kind of been lingering on my head for a while. The main reason for this is I'm not really going to beat around the bush here. It's pretty obvious why. It's becoming pretty clear to me that Arrowhead just doesn't really care what people say. As much as the Crydivers love to boast, you're not really the reason Arrowhead's doing all these decisions. In fact, it's honestly quite the opposite. And honestly, the announcement of a Warbond collaboration with Warhammer 40k, which I do intend on streaming, and the fact that the first slew of Warbonds that's supposedly going to be hitting today isn't what players wanted, which is game progression, it's pretty clear to the Helldivers 2 player base that Arrowhead's basically saying, yeah, we hear you, we're just not going to do anything about it. That's honestly why I haven't been playing Helldivers 2 as much in my spare time as I used to be playing. In fact, now that I don't even play Helldivers 2 in my spare time, I mostly play either Thrawn's Revenge or 7 Days to Die, which I've been getting back into and I've considered streaming more of. In addition to a couple other things here and there that would be fun to try out on the channel. I do intend on streaming the Warbond and a couple of other bits and pieces when it eventually does come out, but for the most part, I'm gonna talk about channel future and moving forward and whatnot. As I posted a while ago, I made an Instagram account to upload shorts to, or reels or whatever Instagram calls it, but I also might be creating a TikTok account, mostly for the evolution of what I intend to do, which is leaning a lot more into streaming. I've already made an account, and I'll probably post that either in a post or in the comments of this video, where from there, there is going to be more content coming in the form of live streams and clips and whatnot. Mainly, I'm trying to do, or I should say go into multimedia streaming, doing variety content, stuff I actually kind of want to try. Well, not kind of, I do want to try it, and that's what's going to happen. Whether or not it's going to take a hit on my channel, it probably will. I do have a plan for how I'm going to proceed with that. I'm not just going to stream and leave it on the internet. I'm actually going to create clips and create a TikTok to upload them to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. So you can probably expect a lot more of those with my Twitch link or Twitch icon promoted in that short or video. So that's basically the announcement I have for the expansion of the gamers. A rebrand is probably coming, considering I'm the only one who's really doing this at this point. But I'm gonna take this to put in, I suppose, my 2 cents about Helldivers 2 again, and the honestly overarching reason why I've kind of decided to move more towards streaming and doing that more instead of just sticking to Helldivers 2. Truth be told, a lot of people are probably going to assume that, oh, I don't like Helldivers 2 anymore, which is pretty far from the truth. I still honestly really like and love to play Helldivers 2, only sometimes. If I'm playing it with friends or my PR team, it's pretty fun. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I still find players who are really enjoyable and some of the best friends I think I've ever made while gaming. But as time's going on, I'm beginning to kind of realize that this isn't really a game that's getting better. It's kind of what I started to see during Team Fortress 2 when everyone was doing the whole safe TF2 bit. For those of you who don't know, TF2 basically had a huge bot crisis that was pretty much ignored by Valve until they finally hired an intern to deal with it and just did a couple basic fixes. Pretty much TF2, or as I should say Team Fortress 2, has basically been in a state of limbo. A half-life if you're into puns. But the game's not really dead, but it's not really alive and growing either. It just is contained to a small and loyal fan base. And that's kind of the same problem that I'm seeing with Helldivers 2. It has a very loyal fan base that's willing to defend it, and I don't really have a problem with that. The problem is when that fan base starts to become oblivious to the problems that are plaguing Helldivers 2. Like, I'm not gonna lie, take it with a grain of salt, but I don't think I've seen a single person asking for frame increases. You can correct me in the comments if you want, but I don't think it's what anybody wanted. Is it good? Probably. I'll find out. But in the long run, what people want, and well, more what I want, is progression. People want progression. I'm level 150. I'm about to hit 1,000 hours in this game. And honestly, I'm tired of leveling up weapons because most of the weapons you don't really need to level up because the attachments don't do anything with a handful of exceptions. It's like they figured it out what they wanted to do, mainly with the scythe, because that is the only one that I'd honestly say benefits from weapon attachments, which is crazy to think about. There's also people want more ship modules, people want more stratagems, and, well, not just stratagems that are in the menu. They want stratagems that you earn through campaigns in the Galactic War, which, from what I've heard through the grapevine, is the reason everyone was mad at Exo Experts was because it basically meant that we didn't have to go through a whole thing. They were now pay to win, basically. I still don't think war bonds are pay to win. I think that whole argument is stupid because you don't really need to pay money for the currency. But you can if you want. You can call it pay to win. I can see how it's pay to win. I don't think mechs are pay to win at all. Well, maybe the breakthrough, but that remains to be seen. But I'm not going to be dropping Helldivers 2 content yet because there's still a couple of bases I do want to touch. There's at least one weapon analysis video I do want to make, and then I'm going to be putting that on the shelf indefinitely, pretty much. Then after that, this weekend, I'll figure out an upload, but I do have a plan for what I'm going to upload for that. After that, I'm probably going to do a super episode of all the Superstore armors. Not going to do all of them because there's so many, and there's so many, well, one, there's so many, but there's also so many that I've never seen people wear. So people have been doing their due diligence. They've been leaving them in the comments for me to read, for me to go over. I've got at least 10. So it's probably going to get up to like 15 or 17. It's probably going to be the average length of your average stereotypes episode. But yeah, that is coming. As well as, apparently there's an armor I forgot about in the previous one, so I'll probably do that one first, and then I'll do that, and so on and so forth. That's up in the air. Like I said, this whole thing I'm doing unscripted. I've never done an unscripted video before. Well, with the exception of 2 cents, but whatever. After that, after all that content's done, there's probably gonna be a couple of days where you're not seeing or hearing anything. Then you'll probably start to see the streams. They are going to be multimedia, or variety as Twitch puts it, and I am going to be creating clips from that. And so yeah, that's kind of what it's going to become, in a way. If it works out, I'm going to be trying it for a couple of months. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and we'll go back to scheduled programming, and I'm willing to rebuild my algorithm so the YouTube overlords strike me down. But point is, end of the story, I'm kind of tired of Helldivers 2 and just playing so much Helldivers 2. And it's kind of hard and weird to say. Well, it feels really weird to say because this is the game that pretty much put me on the map. Literally everything I've done has led to such a decision. So yeah, that's gonna be that. I don't really have anything else to add. I'll keep all of you posted on whether or not stuff happens or not. There might be a stream this weekend. I don't know. Might be either a stream or just a video. I'm still working that out, but I do have some plan on what I'm going to do. But yeah, the week after next Saturday, well, next Wednesday when you're seeing this, there is going to be one last weapon analysis, and then there's going to be, well, I said final last time, but probably the last Helldivers 2 video you're going to see for a bit. So yeah, if you got this far, be sure to give a like and subscribe. Stay posted, follow my Instagram and all the rest of my socials. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Take care, y'all.